Thank you, President. And I also have a question for the Attorney-General. In Victoria, in Australia and all over the world, the rise of AI has resulted in numerous cases of it being used to generate explicit imagery of people without their consent. Victoria has thankfully been proactive in this space. The Justice Legislation Amendment Sexual Offences and Other Matters Bill 2022 updated image-based sexual offences to capture non-consensual, artificially generated, manipulated or altered images. In light of recent events and the increased use and complexity of AI, it is understandable that people are concerned about whether we have done enough. So my question is, does the law in Victoria adequately respond to the present and future risks that AI presents for the non-consensual generation of explicit imagery?
Minister?
President, I thank Ms Payne for her question, and you raise a really important matter, and I'll take you up on the last part of your question, which talked about are we prepared for the future. It's a really evolving space, and I guess the answer is no, because we don't exactly know where it's all going to go, but we are aware of the risks, we are aware of the concerns, and as you have indicated, we have taken steps in our legislative approach to responding to the emerging incidences of deepfake porn and the like, and we'll continue to monitor the legislative framework and make sure that it is continually updated to respond to emerging concerns. I can assure you that in this space it is on the national state, it's on the SCAG agenda, and it's something that we're regularly talking about and talking to other states, making sure if other people have got ideas that we can make sure it's transferred across jurisdictions. I would welcome continued feedback from all members of Parliament in relation to this, because it really is an issue that comes up time and time again in new and different ways each and every week, and I know that it's a concerning issue, and I think laws is one way of responding to it, but there are also obviously several programs, particularly in schools, in relation to education about sexting, respectful relationships, love bite programs, and all of these efforts to combat this activity and the harm that it can cause.
Ms Payne, supplementary.
Thank you, President, and I thank the Attorney for her response. By way of supplementary, some of the recent cases of non-consensual AI-generated explicit imagery have involved school-aged children, both as victims and as perpetrators. This creates an intersection between image-based sexual offences and child exploitation material. So my supplementary is, what is the law in Victoria currently doing to respond to where these offences intersect?
Minister?
I thank Ms Payne for her question, and there might be an opportunity for you and I to have a more broad conversation offline in relation to that matter, because they're separate offences and you can be charged with both, so the interrelationship of them may be just that they are multiple offences applied. If you've got some specific examples, we can talk through that, but I think it is part of the broader conversation around making sure that we are trying to stay ahead of the curve, respond to the future, and obviously a lot of the offences committed over carriage services is federal remit, so those are conversations that are underway, but more than happy to have a more detailed conversation with you.